My dear brothers and sisters, if you walk onto a campus and ask the first student you meet, where do we come from? Darwin is the answer you will invariably get. It can be said that evolution has become the idolatry of the late industrial age. The basic mechanism is quite straightforward. Wholly random and chance variations occur. They're always occurring. And those that are useful are maintained through natural selection or survival of the fittest. That all living things, including man, have arisen by chance has dominated thought for the last 150 years. We're the result of chance. We have here a new religion, and evolution is its name. It appears to explain design without a designer. New forms of life arise from a purely undirected process where all the result of chance. But there are a few difficulties. Most philosophers, from Aristotle to Isaac Newton, believed that the universe was infinitely old. Indeed, at the beginning of the 20th century, most physicists and astronomers believed this also, that the universe was always there. But if this were so, how is it that the entire sky is not luminous with the light of the infinite number of stars? Why is there such a thing as night? Why is not the sky illuminated? After all, if the universe was infinitely old, it would mean that light from even the most distant stars will have reached the earth. But this is not the case. There are dark gaps. This calls into question the notion of a universe that has always been there. Astronomers have discovered, furthermore, that distant galaxies are moving away from one another and from the Earth. Moreover, the farther galaxies are from the Earth, the faster they are receding. This implies that in the past, the galaxies were much closer together. Maybe at some point they all converged. Maybe the universe had a definite beginning. Today, this is called the Big Bang. Astronomers predicted that if this was so, there would be low energy background radiation in every direction. And this was actually detected in 1965 at the Bell Laboratories in New Jersey. It rocked the scientific world. If mass, energy, space, and time came into existence a finite time ago, then matter and energy do not seem to be good explanations for the origin of the universe. Clearly, matter and energy could not have caused themselves to come into existence before they themselves existed. The mystery deepens. Then there has been another discovery, namely fine-tuning. As Nobel Prize-winning physicist Charles Townes has said, this is a very special universe. It's remarkable that it came out just this way. If the laws of physics weren't just the way they are, we couldn't be here at all. The sun couldn't be here. The laws of gravity and nuclear laws and magnetic theory, quantum mechanics, and so on, have to be just the way they are for us to be here. Stephen Meyer, in his Return of the God hypothesis, calls fine-tuning the discovery that many properties of the universe fall within extremely narrow ranges that turn out to be absolutely necessary for any conceivable form of life to exist. He goes on to say, life in the universe depends upon a highly improbable set of forces and features, as well as an extremely improbable balance among many of them. For example, astronomers have discovered that if the universe were initially expanding even a bit faster or slower, stable galaxies would not have formed because matter would have been dissipated too quickly for galaxies to congeal, or the universe would have collapsed quickly on itself. Fine-tuning. As astrophysicist Luke Barnes notes, fine-tuning suggests that at the deepest level, the universe is well put together. The whole system seems well thought out, something that someone planned and created. There is yet another fundamental discovery that is a stumbling block for evolution. The information in even the simplest living cell. Francis Crick and James Watson in 1953 elucidated the structure of DNA, the foundation of all living things. As Stephen Meyer explains, just as letters or digital characters may convey information depending on the arrangement, so too do certain sequences of chemical bases along the spine of the DNA molecule convey precise instructions for arranging the amino acids from which proteins are made. These are the assembly instructions for building protein molecules and protein machines that the cells need to survive. But where? Where did this information come from? Stephen Meyer calls this the DNA enigma. Darwin is of no help here. Natural selection presupposes the existence of already living things and a mechanism of self-replication. It has nothing to say whatever about the origin of the information in the first living thing. Chemistry and physics are of no help here either. Information always arises as a product of mind. Consciousness is the only known source of information. Consciousness. A hieroglyphic carved in stone. A Shakespeare sonnet. The coding in a computer program. All these arise from consciousness. There is no other known cause. Furthermore, instead of the gradual tree-like structure of evolving life, as postulated by Darwin, there have been sudden explosions of new life. The most dramatic occurred in the Cambrian epoch, beginning about 530 million years ago, when most major groups of animals first appeared in the fossil record. Later, many other explosions of new biological forms, the first insects, turtles, dinosaurs, sea reptiles, birds, flowering plants, mammals, and other major groups also appeared abruptly in the fossil record, all of a sudden. In each case, building these new forms of life with their anatomical novelties would have required massive explosions of new genetic information. Where did the information come from? Who wrote the computer code, so to speak? We have left Darwin far behind. Come to think of it, Darwinism appears to be a projection onto biology of the Industrial Revolution, where startups are arising continuously, and the war of all against all ensures that only the fittest survive. We have seen then that 3 discoveries: that the universe had a beginning, that it appears well engineered and finely tuned, that all life is predicated upon massive information in the form of a genetic code. These tell us that life did not originate by chance. The origin of living things remains a mystery, a profound mystery. And we are part of the mystery. It seems incumbent upon us, brothers and sisters, to lead lives of radical amazement. Thank you indeed. Let us go forward.